watch that movie again.
Which one, Oblivion?
Oblivion.
It's just, it captured me because it was Mass Effect the movie.
What I really liked about it too, I mean, from a totally different standpoint, what I liked about it is that the whole movie basically takes place in this glass house that's just surrounded by not green screen or blue screen. They did rear projection.
Yeah, I had heard. They
really
built
cool.
it. They actually built the house, and then like
they projected those images all around it.
I loved that. Like it was one of the first 1080p movies. Like, excuse me, let me try that again. Blu-ray copy movies that I had seen, where I was like, the detail. I couldn't believe it. Tom Cruise, such a good actor. Like I can't get over it. There's been so many movies of his where I'm just like, he's a little nutty, but man, good movies. In fact, like, because of the way my brain works, there's so much time where I spend trying to figure out like what actors I actually like so I can watch other movies, and there's no real easy way to do that. Like IMDb sucks because it's way too congested of a layout. So I just kind of like go on Flickster and like scroll as much as I can to see if I remember anything. It's not easy. Like, I should be able to get a list of the most commonly liked actors or the most commonly liked movies to be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
So wait, you're just looking for highly rated movies?
Highly rated movies by highly rated actors. Like, that should be simple to make a list of. And I'm sure I could find it if I really kept looking.
Well, I mean, I would just hit up, Rotten Tomatoes or something, hot, like, top 100 lists.
No, I was forgetting about that website. It's just like, I literally want to actually have the lowest common denominator content for once. Like, I don't want them... Oh, this should be cool. Get wrecked! Like, I don't want, like, their most, like, artful movies. I don't want their most acclaimed. I literally want, what did the public really enjoy the most for the most common actors?
At that point, I would just look at box office. Because if you're... the highly acclaimed movies are the ones that sold the best.
That's true.
In theaters. I'm kind of, I guess, not a fair judge, because I know a lot of those movies by heart, just in my head. And then when I'm looking around on like Netflix and stuff, and I see movies that I don't know, if there's one actor in like the top listing of actors in that movie that I know, I'll usually watch it. That I like. If it's an actor that I like, I'll watch the movie and check it out. And that happens a lot.
Netflix has done a good job recently of putting in movies that I know I should watch. Like, again, it's just such a beautiful world to live in when you're 5 years past where everybody else is. Like, I'm now watching, gosh, what did I watch recently? Like, the new RoboCop is on there.
Yeah, I just watched that a couple weeks ago.
There's a couple others where, like, they're actually doing a good job of, like, filling out their content library now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, because, like, Spotify seems to be doing the exact opposite. Because I was hanging out in a playlist today, and all of a sudden, all of my 300 music disappears.
Yeah.
And I know that...
all that grayed out music on playlists.
It'll come back eventually, but it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't happen.
But that's, I mean...
it's backdoor deals, what that is.
It's all backdoor stuff that you don't hear about and just happens. Netflix is the same way. It's just the opposite's happening, where it's just so big, like, nobody can compete.
That's my primary reason for keeping my own digital library just on a hard drive, because... it's one of those things where, like, if you can't tell me that I can't consume content because this month only the licensing deals couldn't figure out. Like, I want to watch the movie tonight. Just give me the movie.
Yeah.
She's doing magic. I just saw that.
You men stand guard and stay alert.
Why would she think that we're actually there?
You come with us.
She doesn't think we're
given-
there. She thinks we're coming.
Find them and bring
Because
them
we
with
need
you.
the thing.
I don't care
The
how
box
you
or
get
whatever.
I
We have the ring.
One of the things that...
I think. I wasn't paying enough attention.
One of the things that Sean and I say a lot recently is because we both play Titans and Destiny. Master Chief is pathetic compared to anybody in Destiny.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And
Well, that's just power creep. It's Bungie power creep.
I guess. Here's my problem: is damn. Get him. Anyway, here's my problem: is I was playing Halo last night, and I recognized that I wasn't having fun, and I'll tell you why. Because I guess I'm used to Halo 2, where they started to allow you to lock on missiles to Banshees. In Halo 1, you have to shoot straight at them and hope that they miss, or hope that they don't miss. Otherwise, they're pretty much unkillable. Mm-hmm. And so again, here's another example. In the second to last level, you come out of a room, and there's 5 Banshees on heroic mode, circling around, and here's their exact AI path. As long as they have line of sight on you, they will keep coming at you. If you fire a rocket and there's enough space, they will dodge it. If you fire a rocket really close to your face, where it hurts your shield and almost kills you, they will die. Anything else, they're pretty much unkillable. Like, you can't do anything to deal with. And I hate it because it's artificial unfairness in that level. Completely, like, it should be a college course. Because here's some other things that are happening. There's an elite that's across the screen from me. He's shooting me with a plasma rifle, just hitting every shot, every single shot, just kicking my ass. If I was using that gun, it would have overheated by that point, and I would have to wait. Nothing happens. Next, I shoot a rocket at a grunt. The grunt dodges it. It's a grunt. At this point, you're just kind of screwing with me, because the grunt, even though I blasted him to hell with the rocket on one of his sentry guns, he didn't die for some reason. And it's not because of his health, it's because the game was like, nope, you didn't hit him in the right place. So, I just recognize, through all these shenanigans, you're going to get caught. There's no way you're standing there long enough and not get caught. Through all these shenanigans, they're like, it was just difficult for difficulty's sake.
Yeah.
And again, I made it through this tunnel where I couldn't progress until I went back and killed all the enemies. But I wasn't getting a checkpoint to save my ass either, so I had to, like, really carefully go in and not try to get killed.
Yeah.
And as I'm flying upwards in my Banshee, I get automatically ejected because I got too close to the wall, and then I had to do it all over again. So I'm really just at a point where, like, I'm so proud of Bungie for growing out of that.
Yeah.
In Destiny, it's not there. Like,
Well, the thing about Destiny is that you don't really have level design in the same way.
True.
You don't have a progression where it's like you're starting here, you have to end here, and they're going to create the path to get to between those two for you. Destiny's much more open world. If you want to do this quest, you can do that or whatever. Like, it's not so linear.
Two things that surprised me, and what's great is the next game I'm going to play is Halo 4, so I'm going to know if
they. Well, 4 wasn't Bungie, right? 4 was 3 for 3.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll know if it was simply the game industry as a whole evolved or Halo the series evolved.
If I have to figure out a puzzle right now that I'm paying attention about. Oh, okay, so I have to find the chair.
No, it's gotta be here.
I shouldn't be talking so much playing this game. Like, it does require some focus.
Yeah. Well, so what's crazy is, like in Halo, when you're in easy mode, you feel like a super soldier, and they talk him up to be a super soldier. But as soon as you get into heroic mode and legendary, even like legendary makes you feel like a toddler going against, the big brother of the family.
It makes you feel like you're actually just some random soldier in the army.
Exactly.
That's like doing all this
stuff. Why is that? I know it's for a challenge. Yeah, good job. I know it's for a challenge, but at the same time, I should retain some super soldier abilities. Like, we've discussed this before. The difficulty should be in number of enemies, in enemy preparedness, in just the way that they do combat. Not they have infinite health and my weapons do nothing. Like, that's not fair. And so in Destiny, even now that I'm level 30, I'm sorry if you need to focus, but like, even in Destiny at level 30, I feel like a badass, even though the enemies are way harder. And so the way Destiny does that is they just make it so that there are more enemies, but at the same time, the enemies have shields, which is totally new. So you have to be much more proactive with choosing the right weapon versus the wrong, or just using your favorite weapon. So for example, in the weekly Nightfalls, they'll do things like arc burn or arc damage, where a certain enemy in the entire campaign mission is going to kill you twice as fast, but you're going to kill him twice as fast too. So it's a real gamble. It's like, right. Oh damn, like we really have to try. And so I feel like a super soldier when I'm playing Destiny. And I was playing Halo 2 with Sean, and we'd run in and get our asses kicked, and I'd be like, okay, I'll just sprint out of here. I can't sprint. There's no sprinting in Halo 2. So I just get killed all the time because I'm used to being able to jump in and jump out of action, and that's just not how you play the game. Doing good. So you've checked out 2 things so far.
And, what am I supposed to do?
Looks like Jason's just confused. No, that was a yawn talk. I'm pretty impressed with myself. What? We should pause for like a game facts break.
That's true.
That would be helpful.
We should probably have a game facts up more. I think we got it.
It's a pretty nice looking room though. It's high poly. Proud of it. I just saw him move his hands in a way that isn't possible for a human. I'm not happy about that.
Like how?
Well, he like let go of it and then he grabbed it with a ragdoll physics. Oh! That's me playing Legendary on Halo. Oh god! My ass! I like how he didn't even move when he got shot at.
Not even being phased by
well, this is normal.
Past him. After 3 games, actually, it is kind of normal.
Family street race out there. Anyway, so...
Oh god, I'm out of bullets.
Already?
I've been using the same guns since I got here. And they don't carry the
I noticed you didn't.
The same guns.
You didn't pick up any of the other guns as you walked by.
It's because you can only carry like a sidearm and a rifle.
Yeah.
Like a sidearm and a main weapon.
Well, grab that shit.
Oh, that guy's still. That's my guy.
Money. Anyway, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens because there's something shiny. There it is.
That's another gun.
And it's gonna be interesting to see. I've always felt like PlayStation games. They're just different than Xbox games. I think they cater to different audiences. Like I always have typified PlayStation games as Spyro. I'll be honest.
Really? That's such a dated reference.
I know. Like
that's PS1.
That's as far as I take it. Though. I'm like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank. Like go find 1,000 rupees in this level so you can buy something stupid. Like I literally, what are those called? Like.
And what?
They're not side scrollers. What is the type of platformers? I just think of PlayStation as platformers, honestly. And
that's weird because if you're gonna think of anything as platformers, it's Nintendo.
Well, I think of Nintendo as Mario at this point.
That's like, a platformer.
Well, I know, but what I mean is like Mario rehashes. So like, this goes back to like the primary.
Why is my aiming so slow? I think there's some sort of assist on or something that's like.
What I mean is that it goes back to probably the entire reason I'm on the show, which is that, like, I just wish gaming was better than what it was. So much so. So, like, again, like with Nintendo, everything that I see, because I watch the feeds, you know, it's like, hey, we've got Mario Racing now, we've got Mario Tennis now, and like, I get that they're fun, but are they fun only because it's like, I love Mario, you know? And then again with PlayStation, and like this is true for Xbox too. Like Xbox to me is the Halo console. Like that's why I play it, you know. But that's okay.
That's the only reason I want to one is for the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, again, like I don't anymore. Like I've heard rumors about like a redesigned Xbox One, you know, eventually.
I'm sure it's going to
which makes sense. And I'm
they already dropped all their prices down.
Yeah, like I said, I can get it for $300 now.
It's less than PS4. They had to drop it that much.
Well, the $300 is a deal price. Like it's the primary price is now $350. Well, no, the deal price that is the one that goes away. Every Xbox One console is supposed to sell for $350 now, but people are trying to like get more people, or retailers are trying to get more people to buy it through the $300 deal.
Is it working though?
I don't know. It didn't work for me anymore because I had to use it. Like, this is my experience. You're dead. You're so dead. This was my experience with the Master Chief Collection. There are something in the realm of like 100 achievements or something crazy like that. Like, the original games were usually like 20 achievements with a maximum gamer score of 1,000. And now, in the Master Chief Collection, I just couldn't believe how, like, unusable the achievements interface for that was. I was like, okay, so there's an infinite number of achievements. I have no idea what I'm working towards, and it takes 30 seconds to load. And then, inside of the Master Chief Collection, again, I was like, okay, so they brought in, Halo 1 Combat Evolved, which I bought in 2012, I think. Like
the anniversary edition?
The anniversary edition for 2 was excellent. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know. I think forever I'm going to be this unimpressed gamer these days, where it just takes a lot to surprise me that something's actually good. Like the amount of time that you can.
That was weird.
Why did you clip? The amount of time that you can spend in the game.
Yeah.
It's a movie is self-contained. A TV series is self-contained. But, like, I actually have to quiet the completionist in me because I know that, like, if I get sucked into the wrong game, I'm wasting 50 hours, no matter what. Oh, yeah, Titan! That's what a Titan would do! Run right in, just smack everything! Now I like this game. So anyway,
I'm kind of with you there, but I don't know.
But I don't think you are. I think you're the opposite. You'll give everything a chance. Like,
well, yeah, I guess.
You're like the benefit of the doubt guy. You're like, well, but it has value. Like the new Majora's Mask. Looks like a great game. On a shitty console that I don't want to buy.
That's probably why I'm never going to play it. It's not even that's a shitty console. There's just not enough there for me to like.
No.
And that's the problem, too, is I'm against portables now, basically, too. Like, not that I don't see their value or anything like that.
Nice. See,
but
I
don't like playing portables anymore. I don't get to play when I'm out and about, so I play them at home. And when I'm at home, they just make me uncomfortable playing on a portable, and I'd rather play up on a TV or something. I like the Vita TV, which sadly I don't have yet, and I will get eventually, so that I can play not only the video games I have, but I can buy more video games to actually play with a DualShock 3 on my TV, or a DualShock 4 even,
That's pretty cool.
Which is really cool. Of course, you can't play any games that require a touchscreen, because
now let me understand
you
this.
don't have that.
There's a device that allows you to play mobile games on TV with a PlayStation 4 controller?
Yeah.
That is cool. Like,
holy shit, that's a lot of...
Yeah, that's a lot of tracer rounds. Okay, I didn't know that existed. That sounds like amazing technology. That I love.
But I don't think...
If you told me...
You, even more than me, though, I don't think would have interest in many Vita games specifically.
Sure,
like,
probably not.
There's certain kind of games on Vita. And
if you told me, though, that if I bought a Wii U, I could play the entirety of the DS and DSi collection.
Oh my God, I wish.
With a real controller, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm buying that.
They do have some DS games and stuff on their console.
Virtual console, which is tied to your device, which if your device dies...
No,
like
that was with Wii.
So
and Wii has its own virtual console. If you buy stuff on the Wii, it's not on Wii U.
Why?
Because Nintendo.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about.
I know, because Nintendo.
You just gave me all this hope because Sony was like, you know what? We're going to make everything work. And now Nintendo's like, nah.
Yeah.
What a pain.
Basically.
Like, this is why, and I can't...
like,
say what you want, but this is why I'm able to justify playing games 5 to 10 years later on an emulator and just being like, you know what? It's a PC. This will always exist. Like, I have that assurance.
Oh yeah, I'm not against you there.
Like I can literally.
If you can
SNES
wait 5
games,
years to play a game and not get jaded.
Oh god, he just hits you with like gangster style. His pistol is like uncocked, right? Without like losing the interest in the game. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like I'm in this weird new world where I'm going to play the Uncharted series for the first time, and I'm going to play God of War Ascension. I'm going to play
luckily,
The Last of Us.
The age hasn't left that either. Like. This game, it doesn't look that aged, really.
True. It doesn't look any age to me.
They could put this out on PS4 and most people would probably not even care. Like, they'd be fine with it.
Now, I did have a situation, and this is an extreme case, where the graphics were at a point where I should have played it 10 years ago, where it was more acceptable.
Final Fantasy 7?
No. Well, that's
15 years ago.
That's on my list.
That's hard to play, dude. It's like, I love Final Fantasy 7. I would tell anyone to play it because it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
But it is old. Okay. Like, it looks old.
I might be in trouble then.
It's tough.
I've been playing Star Wars Mysteries of the Sith.
Oh, jeez.
Which is like 20 years old. And so, like, the polygons for the face are about 16. Like, you literally have, like, the front of your face is a single polygon. So
God.
it's very, very dated. And
it's like GoldenEye or something.
Yeah, it's basically GoldenEye graphics, same series or same era. But I still want to beat it because it's a game that I loved as a kid, but I never got to finish. But it's hard. It's really difficult because I have to look past the fact that everything's so ugly.
Yeah, and there's just a game design like anything else.
Yeah,
it ages. Like things change, and like I feel like even when you were a kid, there were games when we were kids that were hard. But if you try and play them now after playing the next 20 years of games, they're really hard.
Yeah, I think
like games in general have gotten easier.
Well, I think that's not even up for debate. Like, I think we can all agree on that. But what I know is that, like, what we've learned about how people like to play games has changed. And also what makes them addicted to games. And, you know, that was my problem going back and playing Halo 1 without all the niceties of Halo 3 and Reach. Is I was like, why can't I play Halo 1 and hijack something? Because I'm used to it now. I think Halo, hijack an enemy... Oh, God, run! Like, I really do. And, like, I wish they would go back and do that. So, I'll spend a little bit of time on Reddit where I'll look up, like, HD packs for these... Wow, that's cool. There's no way you would ever get somebody like that, though.
You're not supposed to. Really.
Like,
you can, but it's more about just getting them to...
Sure, get them to run away.
Or whatever.
But, like, I'll look for HD packs and things like that that'll make it better. But
yeah.
One thing that I'm realizing...
Actually, speaking of, it's not going to save the game, but there's a PC version of FF7, and they've done mods.
I bought it on Steam.
Yeah, they've done mods where they up-res, like, all the portraits and try to up-res models and stuff. It's not amazing, because, like, all of the locations are still bitmapped, like pictures and stuff, so you can't really change that. But they do help a little bit. They make it enjoyable a little more.
Where do those guys come from? Damn! Yeah, and that's what's great about PCs. Yep. It's like you have infinite ability to go back and be like, this could be better. Also, where are these suits coming from? Get in, Nathan.
That whole thing we just did, I think they're supposed to go a little bit faster because they're supposed to be behind you. But they don't. If they did, it would be.
There's a lot of suits, dudes.
Yeah. I'm with you there, though. Like, but the truth is, though, like, if you took a PS1 and homebrewed it, you could do that stuff. It's just harder than it is on PC.
It happens. It's the same reason why Linux will always, or Linux distributions, things like Ubuntu, will always be less feature complete than Windows. It's because they made it too hard. I'm gonna get somewhat nerd flack for this, but they made it too hard for regular people to care. So something like Windows, it's just a default. It's like, well, I eat meat because my entire family eats meat, you know? But like, if
that's exactly what it is. Like, most people, there's a reason why Mac OS is becoming so big now. It's because Apple is catering to those people, so Mac OS is much bigger. iOS is huge because people want iPhones.
And that's why all games are on iOS first. It's like, you make it easy enough for the mass market to jump in, and all of a sudden you have built-in support.
That's where your target's got to be, because that's where they are.
You have built-in support forever. So, like, when I stake my claim and try and die in the hill of PCs, it's like, I can install a virtual machine for Windows 98, go back and play the same games I was 20 years ago. Yeah. And that matters to me. It really does. Because there's so many things that I feel like I didn't have time to get. Like, for example, this actually burns me to the core. I think it was Mass Effect 2 or something similar, where they got rid of... They basically don't support Cerberus.net anymore, which used to be this daily news that comes in and like updates. But I think at the same time, now you can't re-register old purchases. So here's what I mean.
Well, like Mass Effect 1, it's almost impossible to get those DLC packs, like Bring Down the Sun.
Really?
Because it worked on a network that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm fairly certain, because I was looking this up recently.
I think they released it on Steam later, so you can get them through that.
Well, I think you can still buy them on Xbox, for example. Like,
on Xbox, sure, but those are different than their PC system.
Counterparts. You're right.
If you bought like the Mass Effect 1 disc, and you had to have the Cerberus.net or whatever to log in, and you can't use that anymore,
dude. And that blows my mind.
I hate it.
That like.
And that's a thing. I've been saying this for like at least 5 years now. Obviously, we all love online gaming. Like, online gaming is a staple and it's required now. Yeah. But at the time it was MMOs. Now it's a lot of other stuff. So many games have online play, and worse, they require online play.
Sure.
For instance, here's an example. Street Fighter 4 on PS3 is also on 360 and on PC and stuff. There's like 4 versions of that game. There's Street Fighter 4, there's Super Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4, or Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Which hurts me.
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Because I don't know which one's the best, and I don't know which one to play.
You want to play Ultra. It's the newest
But do
one.
I?
All you gotta do is look at the year, basically. And plus, Ultra's coming on PS4, so you'll know it's the newest one.
Sure.
Well, I'll finish this point, and then we'll cut, and we'll start again. But for instance, Street Fighter 4, there's literally 4 versions of that game on PS3, right?
That's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. Each one of those has its own trophy sets.
That's a pain in the ass.
Every game has trophies that involve doing matches online, winning matches, playing matches with certain characters, things like that.
Yeah.
Everyone, for the majority, 90% of the players have moved on to the next game.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try and platinum the original Street Fighter 4, impossible.
Yeah.
Completely impossible.
Yeah.
And if you have Street Fighter 4, you can't play it online anymore because nobody's playing it.
That's super tough.
And that's not just that. It's widespread. Go online and, like, I'm sure Call of Duty 1 probably still has, like, a base somewhere.
Sure.
But if you try to play Call of Duty 2, 3, maybe some... Modern Warfare 1, I bet, still has a community, but then try and play, like, Modern Warfare 2, or, like, World at War. Like, all those games, I'm sure, are practically dead.
Yeah,
if they're even supported anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an answer to that either, because, again, like, I bought some DLC for Mass Effect 3, and it's sitting in my inbox, and that was 2011.
Yeah.
I'm worried that when I finally do play Mass Effect 3, I won't be able to redeem the DLC, because it'll just be like, oh, well, sorry, 5 years, not going to support it anymore.
We're not going to dedicate the server space and all that to that. Okay, we're cutting. Continuing on the next part or whatever.